Bethlehem. When you think of Bethlehem, you think of course, where Jesus was born. But did you know there were two Bethlehems in the Holy Land? One just south of Jerusalem, and the other here. This is Bethlehem of the Galilee. Today, it's a quiet, sleepy little town, and the old stone buildings we see here were built by the main street here in this little town, and it is called Bethlehem of the Galilee. These stone buildings were built by German evangelical Christians who came here at the turn of the 20th century to found a community based on God that would hasten the coming of the Messiah. Now, because they were free church people, they didn't have a clergy per se. They had pastors, and they made different farming communities, about 9 of them dotted around then the Turkish Empire, the area called Palestine. And there was a colony in Jerusalem, there was another one in Tel Aviv, and of course the original Templar, they called themselves the Templar Gesellschaft, the original Templars colony was in Haifa. So Christians come here, and it was a Christian town after the Jews had been ejected from the Holy Land at the end of the Jewish revolt, 70 AD, when the temple was destroyed. Now, why is this place important, or is it important? And why am I making a movie about it? Because some people will argue that Jesus was not born in Bethlehem in Judea, Bethlehem that is near Jerusalem. You know, if you go to Jerusalem today, you can take a bus and you're about a 15-minute bus ride from Bethlehem. It's not that far. It actually borders the city of Jerusalem. Of course, it's in the Palestinian Authority, and you need a passport to go there. Israelis aren't allowed to go there, so that's why I'm not filming also in Bethlehem. And another reason is because of the COVID. It's the time now between Christmas and New Year, and there's a lot of restrictions now. We're having this 5th outbreak of COVID now. So I'm just going to talk about why some people argue that this might be where Jesus is from. However, I don't think so. Jesus was from Judea. Jesus was born in Bethlehem because Joseph and probably Mary were from Bethlehem. You tended to marry within your extended family or within a clan. So why here? We're only about 7 miles as the crow flies from Nazareth. And because of the proximity of Nazareth to Bethlehem of the Galilee, and 2,000 years ago, this was a Jewish community. Down that road, the main road we came in, on the right, they found remains of Jewish tombs from 2,000 years ago, from what's called the Second Temple period. So, because of the proximity, and because Jesus was called Jesus of Nazareth, not Jesus of Bethlehem, some scholars say that he was from here. Now, I don't think so, because Joseph was from Judea. Why would he come here? Well, they explain, remember, Mary is pregnant while they're betrothed, not while they're married. Both Matthew and Luke say, and even Matthew has Joseph having a dream where Mary pregnancy, the angel tells Joseph not to put her away because she was made pregnant by the Holy Spirit, by God. So why here? Well, they say that Joseph, who at this time was in Nazareth, no, he wasn't, maybe, came here to hide Mary's shame. But then they go to Bethlehem, according to the book of Luke, because of the census. Matthew has them there all the time. Now, what is correct? Probably both of them. But I'll talk about Nazareth a little bit later, or maybe I've already talked about in one of my videos, but why Nazareth is called that, I'll talk about. But Bethlehem of Galilee, and here we are taking a little look here on at this meeting house. This meeting house was built, I believe, in 1906. And all in this area, they found churches. Now, there was somebody who said, well, there are Crusader remains here. And again, the Crusader remains were found on the road outside the modern Bethlehem of Galilee. And by the way, that's its name today. So, and it is a Jewish farming community now. And if you ever heard of the expression, a sleeping farming village, believe me, this is the place. So here's the thing. Why did the Crusaders build possibly a church here? Are they marking the place where Jesus was born? Well, here's the thing. In 1187, a guy named Saladin, he's the head of the Muslim world at that time, he destroys the first Crusader kingdom in a battle not too far from here called the Horns of Hattin. And the Crusaders are thrown out of the Holy Land and lose Jerusalem just about for good. And if you lose Jerusalem, you also lose Bethlehem. So the Crusaders still want to pull in the pilgrim trade. Perhaps they're taking them here to show them sort of like a Bethlehem, sort of like a Disney World Bethlehem. It isn't the real place, but pretend it is. Quite possibly. You know the tourist trade. And you know the motto of the tourist trade, never ruin a good story with the truth. So here we are, and I'm just going to walk around here. Let's take a look at this beautiful building. And what's interesting is the only tourists here now are Israelis, and these are probably retirees. And they've come here to hear about the history of this place. So again, these buildings are historical landmarks. You see the blue plaque, the historical landmark, and indeed the town was built in 1906, same year as my father was born. May he rest in peace. And they built, of course, a water tower. They built stone homes. And the Templars, it's kind of interesting. You see a house over there. I don't know if you can walk over. But there's a house over there with a stone roof. Sorry, a red roof. Now I want you to look at these red roofs of these homes, because this is something very European. The red roofs, and those are, ceramic. Those are tiles put on the roofs. You have slanted roofs when you have slanted roofs to keep the snow from collapsing the building. But here in the Middle East, you have flat roofs. So these guys are in under this old Templar building you can see, and the old water tower with some sort of contraption to pump the water. You can see it up there. Some sort of contraption to pump the water. So, guys, here's the thing. If anyone ever tells you that Jesus was born in Bethlehem of the Galilee, don't believe it. He was born in Bethlehem in Judea. not. This is the area settled by the tribe of Zebulun. And of course, we all know that Jesus was from the tribe of Judah. So my name is Jacob Firsel. I'm a licensed tour guide here in Israel, waiting for the tourist industry to lighten up, to open up. It's lightened up enough, trust me. So from Bethlehem of the Galilee, it really is a really pretty place, but if you ask me, not worth visiting. And here comes the king of Galilee right now. Here he is. Here's the king. I told him to be here right now, and here he is. Here's the king. Okay, so didn't seem too happy about me calling him the king, but hey, you walk around like that, you're going to invite some comments. So everybody from Israel, from Bethlehem in Galilee, I hope to see you all soon here in Israel, in the Holy Land, with dozens and hundreds and thousands of tourists. Everybody, bye-bye.